All right.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome back.
Who's taking the lead?
Look at me, sure. Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to be talking about...
A game called Boston?
He's insisting on saying Boston.
I'm an idiot!
It's called Boston, isn't it?
You're a dickhead.
You're an idiot!
Okay, we both know it's not called Boston. It's called Delaware.
Hi, I'm in Delaware.
The Detroit Become Human demo dropped overnight. We played it.
I actually went to Sony HQ and played the game extensively, so I've probably played a little bit more of the Game than Alec has.
So I played the demo that was released about 12 hours ago now.
Yeah.
And today we're going to discuss our thoughts on it.
Yes, and we're going to let you know what we think of this wonderful game, Seattle. Sorry.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, dun.
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay, guys, yeah, so we played the wonderful game, Detroit. I originally, when I first saw this, I just didn't know what the hell it was. I mean, I think a lot of people, when they saw this, they were just like, what is this game? The initial trailer didn't really show much. I mean, me personally, when I first saw that trailer, and Ralph, I think, felt the same, we were just like, I just didn't feel like the trailer really gave enough information, and it kind of... It just looked like almost like an indie, not an indie title, but just something that was really kind of going to be a certain type of game that a lot of people aren't going to enjoy.
I've played, except for David Cage's first game, I've played Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls. So I know what David Cage does and what he goes for. Sam has not played either of those two games.
Which is very surprising.
What? Are you some damned moron?
Who would have thought Sam hasn't played a video game?
Very surprising.
First experience with that sort of style of game, what were your thoughts?
To be honest, as I said, when I first saw it, I was like, what the hell is this? The second trailer came out, it shed a lot more light. And I was like, oh, okay, this kind of looks interesting. It's going to touch on some domestic violence issues. It's going to be touching on all sorts of different things. When I first sat down and played this game, I was actually really pleasantly surprised. I really, really was. When I first sat down, I had this kind of inside thought, like, no, this is not going to be my type of game. Number one, how polished it is, how it's presented. The storytelling, I think, is done in a really nice way. And I think it's cinematically put together, like you're really kind of almost watching a movie. But I will be the first to say that this is probably not for everyone. It's not for everyone. A lot of people are not going to like... There's not any action sequences where you're actually physically attacking or you're physically, you know, in any sort of combat system. It's very like someone swipes at you and you've got to like press right on the control pad, or like it's very unengaged in that regard. It's very story driven, and you're really just taken on a ride. It touches on some pretty heavy, serious kind of topics, and that might not be what everyone likes. Some people just want to jump on, kill some people, and like whatever, jump off, and not really be hit with like some heavy questions. Where this game, it will ask some serious questions.
So for the uninitiated, David Cage's games, they sort of toe the line between cinematic, decision-based storytelling told through the video game medium.
Yeah.
So his objective really is to unify film and video games into one sort of almost its own type of experience. He set the groundwork really with Heavy Rain, and that's where he found his feet in terms of his style. I liked Heavy Rain with a caveat. I felt it was a bit, and I suppose it's a restriction of the medium itself, but it just feels like a video game when it really is not trying to, and that's not inherently a bad thing, but it sort of detracted away from the experience for me.
Yeah.
When you're going into something and in those moments where it's, you know, really trying to tell you a story, as soon as there's that gesture button, where, because all the control in the game is gesture based with the thumbstick, you do a variety of gestures. If you're picking something up in front of you, you push forward. If you want to open a door, you press right and then, you know, wheel it down. When those gestures pop up and those prompts, it just sort of takes you out of it a little bit.
I personally disagree with that, because I think it's nice to still feel integrated into that experience. So yes, you can sit back and like they can open the door and you're just sitting there the whole time not having anything to do with the control. Fair enough. But I like the idea of it throws you into the game where it will prompt you to still feel like you are moving that character forward.
Yeah, look.
And you know, the bottom line is it is still a video game. If they completely take you out of it entirely, it's like, just go and see a movie then. Like, you want to still feel like you were part of that experience and you were part of that character's journey and you were moving that character through.
No, I know what you're saying, but I don't think that pressing the thumbstick forward during a sequence it makes for a more immersive experience. So what I think is that I think in those moments, don't put those cues in. Just let me watch it. Let me watch it.
Yeah, but like most of the time, it's not giving you cues that are just like completely irrelevant. Like, a lot of the time it's to pick up something or it's to fight in the middle of a sequence, and it's even like throwing the control up and down to open a window and whatever. Like, it's interesting. It's an interesting way to do it. And as I said, like, if you're not going to throw anything like that at all, you're really putting the player into a situation where it's a story-driven game. It's not. I think to say it's a story-driven game is kind of selling it short. It's like you are really just in the passenger seat and you're just watching something unfold. So without those cues, it loses its like relevance to even be put into a video game then, if it doesn't have those things tying you into the experience.
The game itself is set in a futuristic, I suppose, version of Detroit, where there are androids are very much ingrained in society.
Sure.
From what I can tell from the demo, I mean, you would have, at the presser, you might have seen more, but it seems like they're very much sort of servitude to humans. And I know it's a cliche to say that something is Blade Runner-esque, but it is. It's all about androids, and if you play this demo, I recommend you play it. It's basically it's in a hostage negotiation situation where you are essentially negotiating with an android who's taken a little girl hostage, and it very much touches on those themes of the same struggles as Roy Batty in Blade Runner of wanting to be a human, but just not quite being.
Because I played a bit more, it goes on to other things too. It allows the android to express itself through art. It allows, it asks, what does an android do when it is witnessing domestic violence? Does an android feel feelings? Are those feelings real? And even if they're not real, if they're still feeling those feelings, are they not real enough then to be acknowledged as feelings, and they should be respected as sentient beings?
Of course not. You're a robot.
Some people will be like, here we go, another concept about androids and how they fit in with human society.
They're all tropes that have been touched on extensively, the whole android self-awareness kind of thing. It's a story that has been done before, but it doesn't mean it can't be done well. It's kind of like a love story. I mean, there are many good love stories. There are the bad ones and there are the good ones, but they've been happening in perpetuity. If they can hit the right notes on this one, then I think there'll be a compelling reason to take a visit. Looking through the lens of someone who has played the other two games back on the PS3, I think it seems that they're a lot more polished. I mean, in the short sort of moment that I spent with them, I actually played it like 2 hours ago. So the way that a game is structured, there are multiple endings. So certain decisions made, certain clues found, all lead you down different paths, and the game will actually give you a big sort of flowchart of all the decisions you've made. So for those completionists out there, you can sort of tick off what you have done, what you haven't done, and really see all sides to those stories. It is very cool. It's very interesting. It's hard to do well. And at least for the demo, it was done well. So I'm curious to see more. It's probably not a game I would have picked up. Have the demo not been released, and I was urged to play it, I think I will check this out. 100%.
I agree, and another 100%. We know we say 100% a lot.
100%.
So, we got a lot of 100%s heading your way.
It'll be guaranteed soon.
Guaranteed. Well, you start using guaranteed, or 90%. We'll start using that. It's probably better. Alex Wright saying, I wouldn't have picked this game up either, but I was pleasantly surprised. I think that they have a tough job ahead of them. I think marketing this game. A lot of people are going to look at this and go, it's not my type of game, just like I thought. But when you pick it up, I think you will be pleasantly surprised. Just on the marketing side, of course, they do have a job to do in terms of marketing this game. And as you guys probably know, there is a bit of a lawsuit going on with a French publication that kind of brought out some things about the development house itself and how it treats some of its employees. And there's apparently some sexist things going on.
Yeah, so it was purported that there was a toxic work culture at Quantic Dream.
Ultimately, something like that.
So David Cage is studio, Quantic Dream, are actually suing 2 French media outlets. One newspaper called Laymen, and
Is it called Lamon?
it's called Le Monde.
Oh my god, it's called Lamon.
It's actually called Le Monde.
Lamon Gamon.
Le Monde. There it is.
Fantastic.
Le Monde.
Oh yes, it is too. Okay, fantastic.
And then another website called
Gamon.
Jesus Christ.
Now what's it called? The second one.
Another one. There's another website.
There's another website, but like, just quickly, that's not really what they need right now. Of course, some sort of legal battle in the middle of trying to get a game out. With that, that is it today. I'm very excited to see what happens with this game. I'm going to be very, very curious to see how this game actually sells. It's certainly a AAA title, but as I said, I think it's going to hit a certain type of audience. And we'll just have to see what happens.
Yeah, look, I think Sony's marketing power is a force to be reckoned with. I think if they market this properly, it will sell well.
Yeah.
The question is whether people will like it or not. And as you said, it is not a game for everybody. No. Make sure you're aware of what you're getting yourself into before buying it. You're not going to be shooting people. It is very slow. It is very, and not in the bad sense. It's very deliberate. I should say, not slow. It's deliberate. And those moments are sort of shown to you at a speed that it decides, not you.
Yeah.
So definitely consider checking it out. And until next time,
Pick up Texas. It's a great game.
dickhead, that's a state. That's not even a city.
Game